Do you see the old black and white photo right in front of us? Well, that was taken actually almost 40 years ago, if you can believe it, when I spent 8 weeks during high school with what was then known as the High School in Israel, or HSI.
And do you see that really cool picture on the right? It looks just like my class when I spent 8 weeks 2 years ago on the same program, now called Alexander Muss High School in Israel, or AMHSI.
Almost 40 years ago, my older sister Joanne, that many of you know lives here in Orlando, went to high school in Israel, and she loved it. And upon her return, my mom realized that the 8-week high school program in Israel experience made a greater impact on her life than all the history courses and all the religious school education she had had in the last 16 years of her life. And she decided that it was in my best interest to go to high school in Israel as well. Well, guess what? My mom was so right. You see, after my 8-week experience, I decided that if high school in Israel still existed when I had children, that I would make sure that I would give that incredible gift to my children, knowing that they would become advocates for Israel and for the Jewish people. And if you want proof to see what high school in Israel has done for so many alumni and so many high school students, just look at the AMHSI 40 for 40 brochure that we're debuting tonight here at this conference. It was clear to me then, and even more so now, that so many AMHSI's graduates have become leaders in their communities, in their states, in their countries, and our whole Jewish world all over. For sure, I wanted my children to have the amazing, life-changing experience that I did.
And that's exactly what my mom did. Not only did she send me, but she sent my sister, who lives in Germany, Brooke, and my brother, Jason, who cannot be here tonight because he has a test tomorrow at the University of Florida. Not only am I representing them when I say thanks, Mom, but I also feel like I'm representing the over 20,000 high school students whose parents and grandparents should be publicly thanked for caring enough about them and Israel for sending them to AMHSI, making sure that this incredible program lives on from generation to generation.
Since I was a student, HSI's name has changed just a little, but the campus has changed a lot. In fact, this year, a second campus was opened in the Negev near Beersheba. A 4-month semester program has been implemented. Students can apply for 6 transferable credits from the University of Miami, and there are more international English-speaking students there than ever before. We now have teams that attend from Israel, Europe, South Africa, and even Australia. However, with all that is new, the AMHSI experience, after 40 years, is still living into its mission. It's still having the same incredible impact that it had on its students when I went and my sister went almost 40 years ago. It's connecting our youth. It's connecting them at a time when they're in high school and they're ready to learn and soak it all in, and they're bringing the history and culture and the land of Israel so close to themselves.
Like my mom said, it's at the most crucial time in our lives, right before we decide which college to go to and when we need to learn how to be strong leaders, advocating for Israel and the Jewish people so that we have these tools right before we go to college. AMHSI students are encouraged to stay connected in college by joining the right campus organizations, participating in JNF's Alternate Break and JNF Future when they graduate. I can tell you from my experience that AMHSI is the school that has best prepared me for college.
And I can tell you that AMHSI, to this day, is the foremost best experience of my life, no doubt. And having 3 children was quite an experience, but I'm telling you, AMHSI has been life-changing.
Did you know that 96% of AMHSI alumni who plan to have their children go to Israel plan for it to be with AMHSI? And like you, Mom, the Feldman kids are already planning to send their children, a 3rd generation of AMHSI alumni. How cool will that be?
They went kicking and screaming. None of my kids wanted to go, and they all came back as excited and pumped up as I am almost 40 years later.
Every student that passes through the doors of Alexander Muss High School in Israel gets to study and connect to Israel's history, not only from the classroom, but from the sites where it actually happened, bringing the history alive and truly giving us an understanding of our rich heritage. And we leave with an understanding of Israel today. Not only the challenges she faces, but the wonderful innovations she is providing for our world. Our generation feels as strongly about this program as our parents did a generation ago.
You're right, Madison. AMHSI's mission is still as relevant today as it was 40 years ago. And currently, I'm an active member of the Board of Trustees, and I'm so proud of what HMASI has done for our youth. I'm thrilled that we provide career opportunities for educators, counselors, administrative professionals, doctors and nurses at both of our campuses, and not to mention all the businesses that we bring, all the business we bring to Israeli museums, bus companies, restaurants, historical sites, etc. in Israel.
In recent years, some of AMHSI's leaders and professionals started using the mantra, I am HSI. During all AMHSI programs, there's a very special ceremony that is performed at Masada. Now, I can't really tell you because it's a highly protected secret, but I can tell you that I think the new mantra is so great that the next time I'm in Israel, I'm going to go back to Masada and scream, I am HSI.
Thanks to Russell Robinson and Yael Septi Kane for allowing us to stand up here tonight and pay tribute to AMHSI in honor of its 40th anniversary. And at this time, please help us acknowledge Gideon Shavit, AMHSI CEO, who has kept our relationship with JNF strong during these past 5 years. And at the same time, we offer a special welcome to Eran Gazit, who became our new CEO exactly 1 week ago. We wish him all the best as he leads AMHSI well into our next 40 years. Could you please both stand at this time?
And a very special thank you to Stephen Muss, AMHSI's chairman and board, and of the board, and all the past, current, and future members of the AMHSI board for their vision, their passion, and of course their generosity for making it possible for so many teens to connect to Israel, living it, learning it, and loving it. Will you please stand so we can thank you?
And last but not least, we really want to thank all of you for listening with the passion about our passion for the place that first connected us to Israel. It's our dream that your children, your grandchildren will feel the same way that we do about Israel. And I don't know of a better way to make that happen than with an AMHSI experience for our youth. We hope you'll consider directing a part of your JNF gift to AMHSI because, as you know, AMHSI is a gift that lasts a lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you.